The world is full of traps on every corner, ready to take away your masculine power. Just take a look at every famous movie or Netflix show that's being promoted, or the types of people who are being idolized these days. Nothing escapes the elite's agenda of mind control. Men are being brainwashed to accept weakness. There's a very famous story about a lion that I want you to hear. Once upon a time, there was a fierce lion who was feared by everyone. One day, the lion fell in love with the farmer's daughter. But there's a problem. The farmer hated the lion, and upon learning of the lion's love for his daughter, he wanted to do everything to stop it. So, the cunning farmer calls the lion and says he'll only allow him to marry his daughter under one condition. He must remove his sharp claws for his daughter's safety. The lion thought it over. It's just a small price for a great reward. Why not? The lion goes to a rock and breaks his claws. The next day he goes to the farmer and says, "Now I have no more sharp claws. Now give me your daughter's hand in marriage." But the cunning farmer tells him to do one more thing, to remove his sharp teeth and fangs. The lion agrees to this condition too and breaks his sharp fangs. However, when the lion returns to the farmer the next day, the farmer attacks and kills the lion. This time, the lion had no sharp claws or fangs to defend himself. He willingly chose to surrender everything that gave him strength, one by one. Remember, brothers, the world you live in today is no different. There are much greater forces at play that have carefully designed the matrix to keep you enslaved to your desires and impulses. And here's the harsh truth. You can blame the farmer or the elites as much as you want, but in the end, it was the lion who chose to willingly obey them. Strength is the virtue all men should follow, whether in professional, financial, or romantic life. Every man naturally desires to feel dominant, strong, and powerful because that's who you are. All men desire a strong sense of purpose. Many of us don't have this because we surrender to behaviors that prevent us from becoming the strong men we were meant to be. Number 1. Mocking others. This is a point not many people talk about, but as a high-value man, you should never look down on others. Maybe you've heard the example of the crab bucket. When one crab is about to escape the bucket, others pull it back down. If you find yourself mocking others, remember this. You're beneath them, period. Of course, it doesn't mean you shouldn't correct someone for their mistakes, but don't make fun of it. As a man, you need to teach and guide your brothers without resentment or ulterior motives. Remember, strong and confident men don't belittle others. Instead, listen to what Mike Tyson says about it. Social media has made you comfortable disrespecting people without taking a punch in the face for it. Number 2. Failing to take responsibility. Going back to the story of the lion and the farmer's daughter, the main reason the lion loses everything in the end is because he wasn't aware of his responsibility. His responsibility was to live as a lion. His sharp teeth and claws were part of what made him a lion, but he forgot this responsibility and chose to abandon it. The same happens in your life. Embrace your responsibilities with pride. I want you to say with me, I will honor my responsibilities with pride as they are what make me a man. The day you choose to escape your responsibilities is the day you choose to abandon masculinity altogether. Memorize this quote. The price of greatness is responsibility. Number 3. Running from failure. This is a challenge for many men today. Most men always choose comfort over growth. Remember that growth is painful and often hidden behind failure. There's a famous example of a man digging for diamonds. He doesn't know how deep below the surface the diamond is, but he keeps digging. At first, he only sees more dirt every time he digs, but he keeps digging. After a few hours or even days, he finds what he was looking for. So remember, failure is not the end. If that's your mindset, be sure you'll never succeed in anything worthwhile. Number 4. Submission to futile laws. Very easily want to know the difference between a coward and a high-value man. Simple. The coward will always side with the majority even if what they're saying is clearly wrong. And worse, the coward expects the high-value man to also submit to these futile and harmful laws and regulations. A high-value man always examines and judges everything before deciding to follow. In today's world, we've been conditioned so much with the mentality that you shouldn't judge or that you shouldn't do this or that. This is getting out of control. You're just a puppet and a lab rat at this point, submitting to all the agendas and laws they create. There's nothing wrong with obeying, but obey only what aligns with your purpose, your mission. And above all, beyond God, nothing is above the law of the Almighty. Ask yourself if you're someone who easily gets intimidated and tries to please everyone. For some men, it can be incredibly difficult to learn how to say no. But if you act based on truth for the first time, you'll understand that the world won't collapse around you. I've seen so many men lead a life of fear in marriage, as if their wives were some kind of tyrant, and they dare not speak or correct them. This is a clear example of futile submission. Number 5. Having weak body language. The concept of body language is very important. This includes non-verbal cues like a handshake, eye contact, how you sit, walk, and move when talking and interacting with others. People can perceive whether you're a strong or weak man by your body language. Past agendas have also turned against strong masculine body language. Be intentional with your body and maintain a masculine posture. Remember that your body language is easily the first and easiest way to prevent anyone from taking advantage of you. Number 6. Wasting. We've always emphasized the importance of your younger days on this channel. Your 20s and even your 30s to some extent are what we call the golden days. These are the days when you should build, and build. Think of a farmer who plants a seed. He doesn't expect the seed to bear fruit the next day. Or 20s, just as the farmer plants seeds, you need to plant spiritual, emotional, and physical seeds that will help you grow. But here's the most important part. Don't expect to reap those fruits immediately. Just keep planting. Before you know it, you'll have planted forests and gardens that attract the right kind of life. By planting, I mean challenging yourself. This doesn't mean you need to strive and work 20,000, but always keep in mind that these are the days when you have the most energy and opportunity to take the biggest risks. Use this to your advantage. Especially when you are young, you may feel like you're missing out on the culture of being with multiple people by investing in yourself. But resist the urge. You may not understand this now, but as you mature and age, you'll thank yourself for not getting distracted. Listen to what the wisest man on earth has to say about your young days. These are the words of Solomon. Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth. Walk in the ways of your heart and the sight of your eyes. But know that for all these things, God will bring you into judgment. Number 7. Being lazy and unproductive with your time. What time do you go to bed and what time do you wake up? How is your day structured? What do you do when you come back from work? These are all questions you need to take seriously. Don't think of them as secondary tasks that you can consider when you have free time. As a man striving for success in all areas, you need to carefully plan your day. Think about why the powerful are so successful in building the matrix. Every aspect and area has been carefully planned. Similarly, think about every part of your day, the types of people you're hanging out with, the content you're consuming. If you don't have the right thoughts in your mind, be sure you've given open access for the matrix to penetrate you. Laziness is the greatest enemy of men today. As a man, you can have so many thoughts related to business or life, but never act on them if you allow laziness to gradually infiltrate you, without you realizing it, devouring and preventing you from moving forward with your life in a productive way. Always remember, brothers, weakness is the virtue of modern society. Weakness is what they pursue, but strength is your greatest virtue. Seek strength in every opportunity and remember that God is your greatest strength. And don't forget to show your support. Click the subscribe button and like so the algorithm understands that the video is good and recommends it to more people. Stay on the screen and watch the videos that appear here now. Until next time.